Hey everybody, welcome to the Dope and Tape Show. We're really excited to have you. Would I say that we're, welcome back, Dope and Tape? Were we here last week? I know it's just
No,
getting crazy,
we haven't been here for like 10 days.
Jeez. Well,
Super
it feels
busy.
great to be back. Yeah, and we are going to Thursdays, but Tuesdays we're gonna leave it open for special guests like Kacee, like Wheels Across, like some of the big heavy hitters. Um, Geez, I got a call coming in from Martin Workman.
Uh-uh.
Shout out to Martin Workman at Viking.
Let's
I'll call you
go.
back.
What up, Markin?
My
Yeah, we're
man.
excited to be back, but we're both obviously traveling and working a lot. So opening up that Tuesday spot, really helps us a little bit. Sup, show? Missed this show. Yeah, what up, Flo? Thank you for joining. The Matt Bass is here, and Tommy Howd
The
wasn't
Matt
first.
Bass.
You missed the first comment, Tommy. Good job.
Dang.
You getting rusty, kid. Welcome
So,
everybody.
we talk a lot about education. We talk a lot about drive. We talk a lot about you not being comfortable where you are. You have a plan to move forward. We talk about health. We talk about cutting your freaking beard and hair. We talk about, dressing better, not getting dirty. You can do this job and not get, dirty. Well, unless you're like one of Bobby's guys drilling mech tees from the bottom. You're stuck. You're gonna be dirty. But we tell everybody like push, like be healthy, work out, work on your mental health. If
Personal
you have a
growth.
problem with substances, right? Read a book, write a book.
And
Write an
speaking of the
article,
guys down
a
here in West
magazine.
Palm that are they're drilling mechanical tees off the bottom, 2 by inch and a quarters. It's a bigger hole than you're drilling with an inch and 3/16 for 1 inch, and the boys are getting dirty, and the boss likes to see it. Look like they're busy, don't they? You don't know if they are. They definitely are, but when you just see them just covered in black sprinkler water, you're like, damn, they must be busy. Yo, what up, Chad? Big Country, Juan, thank you guys for joining us. I've been spending my time watching Bobby's topless reels and double checking to make sure it wasn't. Oh, it's great to be back. It's great to be back. Casey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't and the like button. You know I like that. How's the stream coming in? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Hopefully my internet's okay. I got I
So
got
I bring up all
all the
those things
bars.
about like health, fitness. We talk about education and just kind of getting after it. Always have a plan for growth. Kacee is the epitome of all the things that I just said as far as getting after it: education, health, fitness, keeping her mind right. She's taking on archery. I mean, just keep on improving, keep pushing, and I wanted to have Kacee on here, and this is why we had a Tuesday episode with her, just to show her story, um, and then also kind of motivate you guys, And I want to be motivated from this. I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot. She has some certifications. One of them is something that I want, and we're going to get into that. But yeah, personal growth, and I'm excited. Today was a on Instagram. I wanted to do like a day in the life, and I figured like today would be a perfect day since you're going to come on, and you've done so much in your career already, and you have tons of aspirations for more, and you're healthy and you're fit, and I wanted to show guys like, hey, this is my day. I don't have time for video games. I don't
I
have
I
time
like
for
the one where you were
TV.
like muttering to yourself on the fan bike and we could barely hear what you were saying. That was my favorite part of that. Like,
Yeah, I
I
heard
really
it
like
back,
this
but
thing.
I was like,
Nobody's
yeah, I heard it
coherent on
back,
the air
and
bike.
then yeah, I was like, whatever. It is what it is.
Oh, that was the best
Hate it
one.
or love it. Hate it or love
I love
it.
it. I love it.
I sounded like a airplane pilot.
Awesome. Don't forget about Fire Tech, guys. Learning.firetech.com. Brian can tell you about the deals on that. We got the fire pump class. Promo code
Yeah,
dope
I
and
was
tape.
there today. I
How,
was there today. Um, I will get the webs. I need to get the websites and the actual like price, but I could tell you kind of the
learning.firetech.com.
deals. That's right. So we're doing the Fire Pump 1.2. If you need help finding that, hit me or Bobby in the DMs. I'm gonna make it a little clear. I got to get all that together. as well as fire alarm in Spanish. So we're going, I believe, 25% off. Use Dope and Tape as a discount code and get trained. And that this fire pump class, it's not an entry level fire pump class. This is right above. So it goes into how it operates, what you're looking at, troubleshooting. It really, you're able to dive pretty deep into the fire pump.
And we picked that one because we offered the first one we offered was like the beginners class and nobody signed up
Right,
for it. So we're trying
right.
to, we're trying to find you guys a class that you like. Again, talking about growth, it's a small price to pay to get a little bit of knowledge, and you're never
It
gonna get
comes
that
out
C.
to being
You'll never get
under
that
$100.
CFPS if you don't start
No,
taking classes, right? I know you want to
that's
start
right.
talking about that. I seen the CFPS, like, damn, I need to get it.
That's not the only
And we
one
got
she
Matt
has,
Bass, and
though.
we got
You
Matt
know that?
Bass. No, I know, I know. I
Yeah,
have no
all those
acronyms.
letters.
All
They
those
had to make her business card longer. You know that?
to fit them all.
It
It's
has
You
a
want to
fold.
scroll.
Yeah.
Yo, what up, Eric? And we got Matt Bass in the comments. Another CFPS. It was great to meet all of them from Fire Tech at NFPA. Let's go. Has she talked yet? No, Matt. It's been all Brian. We're trying to wait for Brian to be done so we can the rest of us here can talk.
I'm setting the expectations of the room, you know.
We're still looking for show sponsors. If you want to get a advertisement at the beginning of our show, hit us up. We'll run it for you. Maybe a logo like we
Also,
got
we
Fire
have a
Tech going.
spreadsheet. We have a spread shop, so you're able to get a hat, shirt, a onesie for your baby. You can get a little bandana for your dog,
Backpack,
open
koozie,
tape.
cups, stickers. You can
Yeah,
see
whatever you want.
that website is right up above learning.firetech. It's the dope and tape myspreadshop.com. Get
I
your
got a
merch.
coffee mug that I bring with me everywhere.
I bring this hat everywhere I go. I got several of them. All right, let's talk about Kacee. I've heard enough of your voice already, Bry.
Yeah, I hear yours every day. Let's do this. Welcome, Kacee. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm super excited to hear your story and then also kind of the struggles that that you've had going through all the certifications and degrees that you have, and then also where you are career wise and how you
Yeah.
got there. Um, and then, and then also, you're into fitness. Now you're doing like meal plans. Is that right?
Nutrition coaching, yeah. So
Okay.
nutrition coaching and accountability.
Hell
Yeah, I want to
yeah.
get into that too. This is going to be a great episode. This is
Listen.
going to be something that you send to your friends.
Hell yeah. Well, so let's start at the beginning. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, we
where did it
usually
start?
start.
You were
How?
born in what hospital?
No. We have to go back that far, but I usually
So
like
it
to
was a
start.
cold Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably raining. Dunkin'
Probably.
Donuts wasn't even open yet.
No, it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Dunkies is always
Yeah.
open. Oh yeah, Casey's from the north,
Sure am.
New England area, right? Not like
I
that
was
south
actually
like
born in New
Brian.
York and
Oh,
a New
In New
England
York.
transplant now.
yeah.
Okay.
Better than going south.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
how'd you find fire protection?
So my dad was a volunteer fireman. So I grew up kind of around the firehouse.
Okay,
And
cool.
then I remember watching Backdraft as a kid and being like super into it and asking my dad, like, how do they know how like the fire started? And just, through the people my dad had known, not only in the fire department, but just like we call him the mayor. He knows everybody. I had originally started going to school for arson investigation because like my pipe dream was to go ATF. Um, so wanted to go ATF, wanted to go arson investigation. Ended up being a freeze at the time on federal jobs. My advisor in college had said, like you probably won't get a job when you get out. I had math and science credit going into college, so I was actually a full semester ahead. Um, and he was like, "What about engineering?" And I had actually talked to the former fire administrator of the state of New York, who is a family friend. And he was like, "Yeah, engineering is there's always going to be a job if you switch your degree. If you like it, great. If not, you can always switch back." Fast forward, graduated with a degree in fire protection engineering, and the week I graduated on a Sunday. That Friday, I had a job offer.
Awesome.
So yeah, so I worked as a consulting engineer for 5 years, and then when I left there, I went to train for one of the manufacturers for 2.5 years, and then moved outside into sales about 5 years ago. So coming up on like 12 years in the industry, 13, 12,
So,
over 10.
over 10.
And you're wicked smart.
Wicked
Wicked
smart.
smart, right?
Wicked smart. And
What's up, Pump
then
Life?
so through all that, when I had worked for in the training center, I actually met a ton of people. One of those people being, well, two of those people being Bob Caputo and Matt Klaus. And through just those connections is when, and I'm kind of fast forwarding here, but when I was in engineering is when I got my CFPS, which is I know what Brian wants to talk about. And then just through meeting people in the industry and being involved with the different associations, I was actually approached by NFPA to help write a certification. So back 5 years ago now or something like that, a group of subject matter experts that were selected by NFPA sat down and helped to write the Certified Water-Based System Professional, which is a competency level exam that the demand in the industry was there. So essentially all the major associations had come to NFPA and said, you know, we are hiring these designers that claim they have X amount of experience, that claim they know what they're doing, they claim they're plug and play. We put them down in front of a computer and they don't know how to design a dry system. So NFPA got together and their goal was to not create something that necessarily replaced NICET, but was a competency level exam for, you know, if a designer had it to walk up and say, hey, look, I took it. And I know what I'm talking about because, I mean, everybody here, I'm sure, has taken one exam or another that Control F, you find it in the book and you throw the answer in. And the way that we wrote this one, it was, you have to know how to look through the books. You have to know what books to look in, because I think we had something like 7 different code books to reference. And then if there were any modifications, right? Like if you had a dry system, you know, your design area modification or ceiling height or whatever, you had to know how to do those and apply those quick enough to answer the questions in the amount of time. So we wrote that one. I want to say that was about 5 years ago. Well, no, probably a little longer, six-ish. Then spoke at AFSA when it was in DC about that. And then about 3 years ago now, NFPA came back and said, hey, you worked with us on one group, let's write another one. And this one was on ITM. So
So
we
we haven't done anything with our career.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Geez, thanks. All right,
well,
this is
that's the
done.
show.
This is over. See you guys later.
But
Well.
yeah, so then we wrote one on ITM, which, like I said, was launched about 3 years ago. And I have certification number 1 on that one, which I think is really neat.
That is cool.
That's cool.
Like that'll never happen
Yeah,
ever again.
that's
Yeah.
so cool.
So yeah, I have number 1. And then yeah, so that's where I am now, and graduated with my MBA last August from Ohio University. And decided then that I'm not busy enough. So that's when I started my nutrition coaching on the side last fall.
Jeez.
You
And
gotta
you
keep
and then
busy.
so what are all the certifications after your name?
CFPS,
Right.
CWBSP, so Certified
Right.
Water-Based System, CWB, Certified Water-Based, yes. And
Right.
then
I got it.
WBITM, Water-Based Inspection, Testing, Maintenance.
Dang.
Get some
That's
acronyms,
sick.
Bry. Get your weight up,
Dude,
kid.
I got nothing. Well, I actually reached out. So I talked to Kacee about it. I reached out to Matt Bass and I was like, hey, I want to talk to you about it. But then I took over this project with Arco for Latin America. And I had a meeting like last Tuesday with Mexico, Ecuador, Peru, and Colombia. And I had a translator, an assistant, but I'm leading this meeting, and I was like, I don't know anything, and this could get screwed up fast.
Mhm.
You
So I
don't know
kind
what
of got
anybody's saying?
I have an idea of no one. Hey, the guy over in Mexico had no idea what he was saying the whole time, but like Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, like I got an idea of like the conversation of the subject, but not what they were saying. So I kind of got like, oh crap, I gotta change this. So now I'm doing uh Spanish like every day. So the goal is, so I was on italki.com, which is where you can go and you can like rent it. I called her. I called my teacher. I was like, hey, I need you every day. How much is that to be? Every day, 7 a.m. What you got? 6 a.m. So because of her schedule, she's at university, but some like today was 6 a.m. So I got up at 5, kind of woke up,
Spanish
prepared for the
practice at
class.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
Well,
It's the only time I do
good
it
for you,
because
kid.
I won't do it in the
Wasn't
afternoon.
there? Isn't there like an app that like you learn it in a week?
No,
Rosetta Stone or
no,
something?
no. And I won't do
Babel.
it. I have to have someone that I'm paying that I have to be there.
That's
And
crazy.
so,
I think there's a better
so
way, brother.
I'm pushing
There's
CFPS
an app. Someone
off to the
name the
side
app.
for
It's better than
Spanish.
Rosetta Stone. It's like
Google
With
Translate.
the,
what's the
yeah,
other?
it's
It's like
great.
it like teaches you any language in like a week. You can learn like Chinese or something 1 week. Just put the
Yeah,
AirPods in and drive.
don't believe everything you see, just like your Instagram, you know?
Yeah, go like my recent video of me washing my hands. Eric is in Worcester. What are you doing in Worcester, kid? That is local. We call it Worcester. Back in my day, I used to hang out at the Salty Dog in Worcester. I don't know if that's still there, but check it out if it is. Pump Life. What's up, Carlos? Jared says, gotta love good old double modifiers for dry and slope systems. Lots of designers have issues with that.
Yo,
Yeah,
is anybody gonna be in Nashville next week? Any of
Duolingo.
y'all work for a company that works
What's up, Daryl?
Duolingo? I
Babbel and
got that, but it's
Duolingo.
not. Yeah, you go talk to someone in Spanish after a week of Duolingo. Yeah,
I don't think
good
you're I
luck.
don't think you're really applying yourself.
Thanks.
You're not
Thank
trying
you.
hard enough.
You're not trying hard
I
enough.
appreciate that.
You
You
need
should start Spanish earlier.
you need to apply yourself, friend.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you paying Brian to
Thanks.
teach you how to do Who are you paying Brian to teach you how to do sprinklers? Daryl's here.
Yeah.
Spend a week down here, you'll
Not
learn
you, Daryl.
quick. Carlos
Yeah.
says to spend a week with him, you'll learn quick. Fire door training in Worcester, huh? You're a long ways from home, Eric. Well, thanks for tuning in on your travel. Appreciate it. So, all
Yeah.
right, let's
Thanks.
how about a flood? Have you ever seen a flood? Have you ever been a part of a flood? What do you got? You got any flood stories? Never heard of it? Never got like wind of
She's
it?
always been been in like
Yeah, like on
the
she's on
manufacturing
like
life.
yeah, like you got to hear about it. It's got to like pass
What's a
through.
bad day? What's a bad day for you?
I don't think I can talk about
I
that.
don't think I can
Oh.
Oh, that's great.
All
That is
right,
great.
moving on.
Moving
Moving on.
on. Dope or tape? Or tape or
What
dope?
what were some of the struggles that you had in your
Ian
career? I
Coco.
mean, you've done so much to MBA that while you're working, your big job, and then you have all the certifications, and then kind of going through the manufacturer in the warehouse, I guess, and training center, and then
Hmm.
now, what are some of the trouble like
Honestly,
robots?
yeah.
Yeah,
So the biggest one, and this is probably going to ruffle some feathers, is being trusted as a subject matter expert on first look.
Mm,
because you're a woman, or
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
so when I was in engineering, granted I was still very green and like fresh out of school, but I had to go to a job site visit because back and forth we were going back and forth with the GC and the fire protection contractor about I don't even know what at this point. But kept going back and forth. And finally my boss looked at me and he was like, you know what? You're just gonna have to go out to the job site, talk to them in person, see it, whatever. I'm like, okay. So get to the job site, show up, 23 years old, and GC project manager meets me and he's like, yeah, so the fire protection engineer on this project is giving me a hard time and blah blah blah. And he starts being like, so you see, when like this head activates, this is what's going to happen and blah 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 blah. And he's just talking to me like I'm an admin, and I'm like, oh, okay. You know what?
just super,
I'm like,
super
okay,
movement.
thank
Yeah.
you. So
Oh
I
my
ended up
goodness.
this is probably like I tell this story a lot. So at the job site for probably an hour, go to leave. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take all this back to my boss. In the meantime, if you need anything, here's my card.
Yeah.
And I just walked away.
oh shit, good for you.
Um,
And you were the engineer that was giving him a hard time?
mhm. And they ended up doing what we told them to do, that they
Yeah.
had to do. Like I said, I don't remember what it was at this point.
Uh,
And then This one was probably about 5 years ago, 4 years ago or so. I was on the phone with a customer because I'm in sales now. And this customer should have probably retired 30 years ago.
Uh,
But couldn't set a valve up, was having a really hard time. So I'm on the phone with him and I'm like, hey, look, I'm about to do this from memory. Bear with me. I'm going to try to walk you through this step by step. I'm like, all right, on the left-hand side is this, on the right-hand side is this, right behind this, running him through. He goes, whoa, 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 slow down. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sure I was rushing. Start it again. You want to turn this, bop this, smack this, right? And he gets flustered and he goes, oh, can you get me on the phone with someone who knows what they're talking about?
Oh my God.
Sure can.
You're like, yeah,
Here's the
I'm in.
number. Here you go. Sent him off to one of my male colleagues and they called me back and they go, is this guy even licensed? I was like, yeah, he is.
Oh my
So
God.
it's just the respect aspect. But you bust balls a little bit.
Oh yeah, you have
And
to. You have to.
like I've got honestly such a good relationship now with the majority of my customers.
Yeah, I would say you have
Um,
to bust balls. You have to give it to them
yeah.
like a bro,
You
as you
you
hmm
could
really you
say, and
really
then
do.
stand your ground, as well. And then with that, you build their respect, and you kind of get in their, they're like in their bubble,
The
I
chicks are
guess.
here now.
Well,
They're in the industry. We work amongst them. Like you're on a job and
Yeah,
there's mostly women in charge. It usually runs a little bit smoother. I built a lot of hospitals in Boston and they have all chicks in charge. Like the head super is a chick. All there
mm-hmm,
and it runs smooth.
mm-hmm.
But I think women in construction is coming a long way.
Oh, for
I
sure.
mean, Becky's at NAPCO. My
That's it.
wife has her own company. I mean, no, it's not construction, but I mean, it runs pretty smooth. You got Janine Meisman, who's out there in the streets getting after it, and she's
Yeah.
running things. I mean, there's a lot. What
I
is
mean,
that?
and
AFSA, FFSA, it's like mainly women. I think there's one guy
oh wow.
on the board. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it goes
Jeremy.
back to what we were talking about before too, is like confidence, right? Like it
Hmm.
took me probably 6 to 8 years of working in the industry, despite being approached by, NFPA to help write certifications and whatever, for me to be like, oh, wait a minute, I actually know what I'm talking about,
Right.
Yeah, well
right?
that's
So it's
that
like
that's how it
comes
works.
to down to confidence too,
You
right?
gotta you gotta actually
To
you
gain
do
respect.
do this stuff for a while to learn about it. That's why the young kids think they're gonna come in and take over and they don't have any experience.
Right.
You gotta you gotta
That's the
tread water. You
thing
gotta
in
tread water for eight
everything.
years before you know anything.
Bro, you got all these young kids that want all the money. They want
hmm
six figures out of high school, college, whatever it is. And not even just in the blue collar industry, but in everything. I mean, I was hired for a position, and then everybody I talked to that was young, they wanted all this money. I was like, what? You're nuts,
I
man.
like the I
But they
love
see
the
all this stuff on Instagram. Like,
I love the
all this,
18-year-old influencers. They're 18, they want to be an influencer. Like, dude, you have no experience. What the frig are you gonna influence? You don't know
yeah,
anything.
what are you gonna talk
You don't
about?
know anything.
You
You
haven't
probably can't
done
even clean
anything.
your room. Jeremy says he's gonna be in Tocoa next week on
Toccoa.
Monday and
Oh,
Tuesday,
he's gonna be at
and he wants some empanadas.
Patterson Pumps in Toccoa.
I gotta ride. I'll drive to
I
see
will
you.
not be in Atlanta. Is
I'll drive to see you. You'll
that next
probably be
week?
about 2 hours.
Nashville.
Well worth it. I
No,
need a
I'll
few
be in
tools to
Nashville.
do. Maybe I can snag some and make it worth his while. If you got a dirt bike, bring it. Amazing trails up by Patterson. My sister was designing back in the 90s. My sister was designing back in the 90s. She's a little blonde chick and would bust balls with all the men when she'd be out on the job. That's it.
Dang,
Blend
he's
in.
gonna be here Monday and
Blend
Tuesday. I'm
into
gonna
the
be gone
environment.
Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, Jeremy,
Dang.
he heard you're coming, Jeremy. He's leaving. What are you
Yeah,
doing in
so
Nashville, kid?
I'm trying to go see some customers. Believe it or not, it's hard for me to roll up there with a truck full of tools and what they were like, oh, we're busy. I'm like, I'm gonna leave a tool with you. Like, come check it out. I'm
Yeah,
gonna pull pipe out, let you do it. Like,
yeah, but they got to pull guys off the job. Those are the guys that want to see it. You're just gonna end up showing it
or
to a
just
bunch of
a
shop guys.
purchaser or like a service manager, sprinkler manager. Like it's
They're gonna want like
not that big of a deal.
they're gonna want the advice of their like top van guy though, and he's on the job making the money. They're not gonna be like, hey, come to the
Yeah,
shop. This weirdo from Georgia's coming with a adjustable head wrench.
yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
You
I'm
gotta
also like
show
kind
me
of
some
new to
tools,
that
kid.
gig, so I well, I'm gonna send you 2 wrenches.
Oh yeah, Chandler. We'll see how long those babies
Yeah,
last.
yeah, dude, he freaking breaks everything.
That's
How
my
long did
boy.
that drill last? A
That's my
Milwaukee
boy.
drill? How long? How long did that?
A couple weeks, but we drilled
Yeah,
we drilled some holes.
you know,
We drilled some
yeah.
holes that you
You
can't
should just buy five for one job. Be like, Chandler, this is all you get. All right.
Well, actually I need to know about Milwaukee and like if I get the drill wet and it doesn't work and I've only had it for a couple weeks, like can I get a new one? Like how's that work? Isn't there a
What
warranty
does
on this
the Home
thing?
Depot say?
It's
I would
brushless.
imagine
I
so.
didn't get it at Home Depot. I got it from Jeff.
Uh,
You know, it's my boy.
yeah.
But drilling mechanical tees off the bottom of trapped lines. I mean, what are you gonna do? He pulls the head, he gets all the water out he can, and then it's still battling
Yeah.
water. It's the bottom of that wet branch. It's a 2-inch line.
Does
It's
he have a
just
COVID mask on? So he's not like.
no. Well, we do have a shield for the grinder that we're required to keep in the gang box. That I think that they were thinking it was gonna work better, but it paints the visor
I would
completely black and you can't see anything.
I would imagine. Oh, well, that makes sense. I would imagine getting sprinkler water in your eye would not be good.
No, we wear
We.
all the proper protective equipment, sir, with safety
Yeah.
glasses and hard hats
Yeah.
and
Right. Right. Of
harnesses and
course.
jock
Of
straps, the whole
course.
nine.
When I got my stuff in that metal piece in my eye, I was not wearing. Were you, or were you doing safety squints? Be
No,
honest.
I really was. I really was. I was on
You
a
were
su-
wearing it?
I'd only been I didn't have insurance yet. I had just joined the union,
I
and
didn't have
it
insurance
was
either. I just had to pay it.
I remember right where it was. The problem was I had a beanie, which I don't know if you people from the south know what that is. It's a hat. It's a winter hat. And then I had my
Yeah.
safety glasses.
Toboggan.
The beanie comes down to where I don't want to put the safety glasses under the hat and screw up the way that it's
Mm.
keeping my head warm. So I would stretch the glasses and put it over the hat, which created a bigger gap. And I was
Oh.
drilling peanut shields in one of them thick new Galvy pans that they got in Boston, and it just makes these little shards. And I was in a wind tunnel, and a little fragment went on my pupil. Like I didn't tell anybody. I blinked till I got home, and then I showed my wife, and she's like, "There's something in there," and I'm like, "Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll fall out. I'm gonna go to sleep." And I woke up the next day,
Oh, jeez.
my eye was all rusted shut, like oxidized and everything. I couldn't open it, and
Oh my
I
God.
went to work because I don't call out, and the foreman's like, "Dude, what's wrong with your eye?" And I'm like, "Oh, I got something in it yesterday. I'll be fine though." He's like, "No, no, you're going to Mass Eye and Ear." First time I'd ever been dilated. I didn't even know they were dilating me. They just gave me some drops. They told me to go wait. All of a sudden, like I just went blind. Couldn't see nothing. My phone just like went blurry
Yep.
in my hand. I'm an hour from home and I drove there and I can't see.
That's what you have two eyes for. You had another one.
Yeah, no, they
It's all
dilated
the
them both.
drunken days driving home, all
They
that
di-
practice.
they dilated
You're
them
good to
both.
go.
I was like, I didn't even realize. The
Yeah,
Milwaukee cordless groover will be out in January. Yeah, Joe, how much is that gonna run? Everybody likes to
yeah,
talk
that's
about that
cool.
thing. It's a gimmick. I think the new
I
Milwaukee
don't know,
groover is a
man.
gimmick. It's gonna be like 4 grand, and I want to see one of you guys take it up and do an ACT sealing with all
And drop it.
wires and ductwork and try to get a groove up there and trust it. Just just use what we always use, the regular old groovers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with Arco.
I'm also salty because Milwaukee didn't invite any sprinkler guys to their little shindig. They just got like electricians testing out the groover and everyone asking me if I like it. I don't know. Maybe I'd liked it more if I got invited.
Yeah, I mean, that
Milwaukee.
doesn't make sense. An electrician for what?
That they invited electricians and plumbers to their event and like everybody you see using that groover, they're a plumber or an electrician. They're not a sprinkler fitter. And I know plumbers make grooves too, but not nearly as many as we make, right?
No.
And
Yeah,
if
get it together,
you got that
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee cordless groover, right? You're not going to bring it to a new construction job, would you? You're going to want production. You're going to want Rigid 300, Ralph, the old Ralph with a hydraulic groover, or whatever you got. You're not going to bring it. And but so then that leaves it just for a service groover, right? It's 50 pounds. It's 2 feet long. Where are you taking that, bro? You're not taking it anywhere. Have fun. Make
Yeah.
me a video. I want to see the videos of you guys struggling with it up above a grid. And you got to spin that whole 2 foot thing up there. A good trick to deal with that is to drill a hole in the pipe and then grab your vacuum to suck up all the water before you drill the hole saw. Yeah, bro, we're drilling like hundreds of mechanical T's though. I can't. That wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. Boycott.
Okay.
Juan says boycott. Hell yeah! I love it, Juan. I have to try it out. I can't give a review until I get to try it. You know.
So, Kacee, so why the NBA?
To not fake it till I make it.
You
Yeah, that's Brian right
forgive
there.
me for this. It's almost like like self gratification that hey, I can do this kind of thing?
No, I knew fire protection, right? I know the fire protection side.
Oh, for
That
sure.
comes
There's no
easy.
doubt. Oh, of course.
I didn't, I wasn't confident enough with the business side, and I wasn't patient enough to let it come naturally,
Hmm.
Mm.
like
Okay.
organically through work experience.
Joe Saffer says, I do not
Right.
like the Milwaukee Groover anymore. Joe, you're the man. I don't know. I was just thinking out loud. My bad.
The power of bucket talk.
The power
The
of bucket.
rumors
You
grow
should have just
fast.
invited us.
It's
They didn't
it's
have to invite
serious.
me. I mean, I would have been okay if they invited you or a sprinkler fitter, like one of the
They
guys.
would
Let's test it
no
out.
reason to.
Let's get a real some real boots on the ground. A sprinkler fitters
Yeah,
review.
if they invited me, I would bring a Arco G2X. Does this do 1 to 12? No. Well, hey guys, check this out. This does, you
Yeah,
know?
that's true. They probably weigh about the same.
No, it's lighter.
Is it? How much is the
It's lighter.
G2X?
I don't know right off the top of my head. I should though.
It's got to
But
be.
the G1X, which is the one that goes
Oh, that's the heavy one.
on the machine, that's the heavy one. That's 50 pounds.
The G2X goes on the machine too.
Oh yeah, and you can keep all your dies or cutters. You can keep all that stuff on there. So you can slide it on there. You can groove, pull it off,
And come.
cut, thread, reamer,
I use my $800
done.
rigid groover with my drill before I spend 5,000 on a Milwaukee groover. Hell yeah! How you getting that for 800, bro? Who do you know? It's 980
Yeah,
bucks. The fuck? JB's got the in with rigid, huh? You buying used? You getting that thing at the pawn shop, kid?
yeah.
Oh shit! It's good to be back. It's good to see the comments going. We got 16
Oh
viewers.
man,
Don't
it's
forget to
good.
like. Don't forget to subscribe. If anyone wants to sponsor our trip to AFSA, let us know. If you want to sponsor an episode, you could let us know. I
But we
don't
do see where your loyalty lies because during the presidential debate of them talking about golf, none of y'all were here. Well,
know.
there was a couple.
Yeah, well,
There's a
we had some people
couple
here. We
here.
had some people here.
Couple,
It's
but
all
I
right.
mean you chose Biden and Trump over us. We know where the loyalty lies, all right? So
The sewing machine. A sewing
not
machine.
judging you, but I am.
Daryl
I
says
am
to
a
get
little
a
bit.
sewing machine, or maybe he says sewing machine.
Sewing
When
machine.
you give rigid urinal cakes, they give you a good deal.
So Jeremy works at Cintas. That's why he makes that joke.
Yep,
Yeah.
and
Gotcha.
So
that's our Cintas rep. That's the dope and tape Cintas rep is JB right there, and they better be treating him good
Gotcha.
over there, because if they're not, I got you, JB.
right. So all right, back to Kacee. Bobby, let's slow down a
Oh
little bit, all right?
yeah, yeah, bud.
All right. You're making you're the third wheel that doesn't shut up, you know? That's what
Just
you're
go,
being
just
right
proceed.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
now. Ah,
Yeah,
that's him.
I've always said that shit. I've been saying that since I was a kid,
Yeah.
dude. The squeaky wheel will get the oil every time. Just keep squeaking.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So health, fitness,
Mhm.
when did you get started in that?
Uh, so really started getting into it probably 9 years ago before I got married.
Okay. Yeah, just deep in it.
Needed to fit
Did
into that
something
dress.
change or that got you in there or in your life or
Weight gain after college
mm,
because I was active in college.
yeah.
You don't realize how much you're walking around, and I was on the dance team, um, and then I went to a desk job
Mm,
and just
Yeah.
sat for 10 or 11 hours a day and ate not great because I didn't really have any
Mm.
basis of proper nutrition.
right, well, you probably could eat whatever you wanted prior, right?
Yeah, a pint of Ben and Jerry's a night, easy to the dome.
To the dome.
What was your order?
That is awesome.
Oh, half baked.
Half baked. Okay. Yeah.
I like the one with the fish.
Oh, fish food, too many crunch. I don't like crunchy.
Fish food, yeah, with the
Mm.
PH, ISH.
Yeah.
Fish food. Daryl, it's too
But
much. It's too much for the suction machine. Cause
they had the cookie dough and brownie mix like
Yeah,
all in
that's
one.
half baked.
That's half baked. That
Mhm.
is the shit.
I
Oh
know.
man. Oh.
It's like 2,000 calories a pint.
Oh yeah.
I need
Yeah.
one
It's
now.
fantastic.
Recently, so I love cookies and I recently I just looked. I never looked and I never wanted to look at
No, don't do it.
how many calories are in Oreos, because I love Oreos.
Serving size
3,
is 2.
it's serving size 3,
Okay.
and then it's 130
104.
calories.
I was gonna say
For
140.
3?
Yeah,
For 3.
for
Oh, that's
3,
not bad. How much
bro.
for the whole? How much for like half of that box though? Because that's what
A
I'm doing.
lot, but I would eat a row easy,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't need to look
easy,
back. I eat
bro.
a row,
Dude, when
Yeah.
I was in
row and a
high
half.
school and college, I would take Oreos, slather them in peanut butter, and throw them on my Ben and Jerry's.
That's it. Yo,
Oh,
dip them in the
gee.
peanut
Come
butter. Just
on.
grab the whole
Throw it
tub
all
of
in a
Jif.
blender, make a
It's like-
milkshake. That's another thing I haven't had a lot. I haven't had a milkshake. I love milkshakes in a very long,
I
like
just had I just
years.
had one today. We went to Steak and Shake, me and the boys for lunch.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I
It
just
had
too much calories. I just can't do
It
it.
had Oreos and M&Ms in it. It was so good. It like, but you couldn't
So
like use the straw because it like just like clogs the straw. It was so good. I want
so
to go back
Bobby's one
now.
of those guys that it doesn't matter what it is, he stays lean.
Yeah. Well, he's active.
That's it. I'm active.
We call
Like
that NEAT,
t I'll do
non-exercise
You
I'll do
activity
10,000 I'll do
thermogenesis.
10,000 steps and Siri's like, you gotta do something
You
today.
gotta
Like, what the
step it
fuck?
up.
What do you mean, bitch? I did 10,000 steps. Has Brian tried fluff yet?
Mm.
No, no,
What?
Yeah, they don't do
never
that.
had
They
it in
don't
my
do it in the
life.
South. A peanut butter and fluff will change your life, bro.
On Wonder Bread.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
geez.
Fire.
So
Yeah,
good.
you're a big health nut, huh?
Whole with a glass of whole milk.
Dude, health nut and fat kid at heart are not mutually
Mm.
exclusive.
Okay,
Those go
so
good
what's
together.
your? I want to know what's your take on milk versus like all the like the fake shit
In what regard?
and like a whole milk.
Okay.
All right, so whole milk and like you just drinking it in general
Okay,
versus like
first of
that
all, I don't
almond.
drink milk because gross.
Hell yeah.
Ugh.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
No
you don't
milk.
do milk either?
I'm very,
No.
very so when I quit drinking, I quit drinking in 2019 and I
Yeah.
blew up like a tick, bro. Because
Whoa.
I was guzzling a liter of Jameson every day. I don't know what happened, but when I stopped, I started to consume I was still consuming them same
Fluff,
calories
fluff and
with Ben
peanut
and
butter.
Jerry's and fluff and chips and like 12 ginger ales a day. So I went
Jesus.
from like 160, 170 drinking every day to 200 pounds. And so then
Fuck.
I watched a dairy documentary and it changed my life. I quit dairy. I went cold turkey on dairy for like 6 months, no cheese, and I was like eating a lot of it.
Oh no, I'll eat dairy.
I
I
was
just
eating
don't drink
sour
milk.
cream, and I would put
Mm.
sour cream on
Oh,
any
I love
meal.
sour
Cream cheese,
cream.
like I'd have more cream cheese than you'd have bagel. And then so
That's the only way you're supposed to have cream cheese on
when
a
I
bagel.
quit dairy, dude, I lost like literally 30 pounds in like a month and a
I
half.
guess
Well,
that
so let me
their
play devil's
body's
Shed,
advocate
different.
to
just
that.
shed.
Okay.
Let me play devil's advocate to that.
Please,
You just told me that you completely overdid it
I
on
did.
dairy,
And yep,
right?
yeah,
And I guarantee you it was all the full fat, right?
yo, yeah,
So
and
calorically,
butter,
fat
whole
is
milk.
worse. Fat's heavier per like it's 9 calories per gram as opposed to like a protein or a carb, which is 4. Um,
That's why I had to
so if you're
That's why I reiterate that I was like everything was dairy.
right, but it's not dairy that made you fat.
It's the fat in the dairy.
It was the
It's you,
excessive
Bobby.
amount of calories you were consuming
Man, was it good?
because it's so easy to overconsume on something that's fatty because the
Super
calories
easy.
will just jump, right?
I would pour whole milk into the Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah.
You ever try that?
No,
It like
No,
crystallizes. It was I don't know. I was just going
it's
overboard.
terrible.
it
The only
sounds
milk I
horrible.
drink,
Brian, let's
the
eat
only
this.
Yeah.
milk I drink is diner chocolate milk.
Oh, see, I'm a big coffee guy. Like I had a coffee company, before, and I love my lattes. Like I have my espresso machine. I make my latte every
Oh yeah,
morning,
I
and
make
then
one every morning, but I'll use like oat milk and almond milk.
but can you do? For me, it's not the same. Like I
I like
geek
my
out over
coffee black,
coffee,
like
but
my sparkler water.
I also do the hearts and the tulips and all that stuff. And
You
you do that in
try.
yours?
I see the latte art you're doing. It's just a
No,
blur.
listen,
It's like
listen,
a cloud in
motherfucker.
the sky, and
All
someone's
right,
like, "Oh, I see a
no.
tiger." No, it's nothing.
So I got really good where I was doing it all, and then I did a deep clean of my machine, and now it's crap. Like I did all the full cleaning cycle of everything, and now I can't get the milk
It was
right.
seasoned
Yes,
like
Eric.
a cast
Yeah,
iron pan.
Yes,
I will
Eric.
never do that again. Never do that again. Yeah, it was seasoned.
Now that was, oh,
Jesus,
and
I
so
was
coffee,
pissed.
coffee also helped with that losing my weight journey because my coffee was not coffee. My coffee was
Right. Light and sweet with the,
it was just
yeah.
it was like milk with a splash of coffee, and
Hmm.
I went to hot black. Like that was
Yeah.
another change that
Well,
I
I
did in
mean, that's the
February.
big thing. It's a small change, and that's kind of what, and I guess it's a good segue to talk about kind of what I do on my nutrition coaching on the side is the whole premise is if you're trying to make sustainable changes is to do something small that you can do day in and day out that doesn't seem like you're depriving yourself of anything, that you're restricting anything. And if you're going from a 450, 500 calorie sugar bomb with coffee to black, you've just opened up 500 calories, and that can be a significantly large meal.
Hmm. So
Right.
I
So
made a
like,
couple little changes all at once, I
yeah,
think,
yeah,
and I
absolutely. And
blame it on the
like,
dairy.
it's fine. You can. I don't think it was the dairy's fault. I think it was the amount you were consuming.
You're definitely right.
But to your point, though, with like cream cheese on a bagel, the only way to do it is like an inch of cream cheese.
Yeah, like 2 inches of cream cheese. Like,
I don't do bagels. The it's too of a dense of a bread
oh
for
my
me, and I'm not
God, you
really
are
the
dense.
biggest
The
fan
South boy.
You are dense,
of
bro.
He'd never
A
make it up
bagel? You
here.
can't like have an everything bagel. Like, what are you gonna get? He's got to go get like a crepe and his freaking special latte. Like, I can just boom, bagel coffee, 2 minutes, in and out.
Dude, that's so much bread. I can't
Just
do
give the
that.
guy a head nod. You're like, large hot black, buddy.
Oh
Just tap my
man.
phone to the thing and I'm out. And you're like, so man, how was your day? You may put a little heart in that? Can you give me a heart with an
Yeah.
arrow through it in my coffee, please? Cut out
Well,
pop.
that's 100%. That's 100% how I am.
Cut out
Hey,
pop
how's
and
it
go to
going? Hope you're doing
bubbly
great.
water. So that's what I'm on now. Is I'm like no more soda. Trying my hardest not to do soda, and I'm doing. In the north we call them seltzers. Okay, not bubbly water. I know down there you guys call it sparkling water or whatever. It's called a seltzer,
Yeah.
kid.
All right.
And they don't, zero calories, zero sugar, but it still has like that crisp that I need.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
Sometimes you just need a little flavor
That's it, just a teeny little
and a
flavor,
little bubble.
a little bubble.
So I do. I'm a big fan of this. I do this all the time. I'll get like the liquid Splenda, and I'll do one squirt, and then I will cut a line, put it in my cup, and I fill it with water, and I'm good to go. Love it.
Hmm.
Because I used to do like three, four, five of those lemonade packs,
Ooh.
Hmm.
and
The problem is
yeah,
everyone's
those
so
are
sugar
terrible
addicted
for
and
you.
they don't realize it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I actually run a 6 week challenge, code dope and tape for 10% off. Um,
Seriously, talk
Yeah.
about it. Talk about it. Plug
Yeah,
um,
away.
for sure. It's very important.
but one of the things is to try to eliminate added sugars for those 6 weeks because the whole premise is to get you to just read labels and you don't realize how many things sugar is added into.
So much sugar.
When you say added sugar, what do you mean on the label? Like it just has a
It says
sugar or it
added
says
sugar.
added?
So on the nutrition
Yeah,
label, it'll say sugar and then it'll say added sugars.
like
Oh
our
wow.
like Coca-Cola.
It's going to be a
Like
ton.
Coca-Cola,
So
like
it's
underneath it,
actually
it
two. There's
says
two spots for
added.
the sugar. It's not just like sugar, 46 grams, and then it says added sugar again, and that's what we're
Yeah, so
looking for.
like, so if it says sugars, right, and it says like, I don't know, 12 grams, and it says added sugars 11,
Hmm.
maybe we don't
See,
need
I don't
that.
have anything like that.
I
I
bet you
don't
do.
do any of
Go in your
that.
You're
kitchen
not
right
even
now. I
checking.
guarantee you do.
No.
I got
Because
a
the
couple
other thing
energy
is
drinks. I
too,
think they're sugar free.
is what people don't realize is
Yeah.
when you buy like low fat things, they typically add sugar to make up for the flavor that you're losing
Right,
from the fat.
right. Well, see, I don't like go down the aisles of the grocery store. It's all on the outside.
So
Um,
produce, meat, anything that
yeah, like
lives, has a
meat,
mother, grows.
tons of meat. Right, exactly, tons of meat. Um, I mean, tonight was ground beef, meatballs, rice, and a salad. Oh,
Mhm.
and some cut up zucchini. Like that was dinner. But yeah, we
That's
don't
awesome.
nothing in a box, nothing in a can. Definitely nothing in the can ever,
No cans?
ever. No cans.
No
No.
cans. Huh?
No, it's like if it's peas, we're snapping it. Yeah. I don't typically do it. Like Sarah's the cook, so
Yeah,
we have a little
you're talking
agreement.
about
She
walking around the
cooks,
grocery
I
store.
clean,
That's
bro.
just totally. I haven't been there in years, kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not my place.
The
Thank you.
missus.
Shout out to the wife.
Oh,
I'm not sure what
Kacee,
aisles we
so
go down.
Bobby's been fasting for years.
If it works for you, that's great. The whole premise of any real we'll call it diet, intermittent
Right.
fasting, keto, low carb, no carb, balanced, any of them, paleo, right? Anything where you're trying to lose weight, the whole premise is calories in versus calories out, and if it's sustainable for your lifestyle.
That's it.
Like if you wake up and you don't want to eat until 2 in the afternoon and you're going to eat between 2 and 8, cool, good for you. If that's what works,
That's like
awesome.
literally how my body wants to work. It is. And I like
And if that's sustainable,
and I'm
great.
not like I don't like get like I don't know, I feel good in the morning not eating. Like I have a
But there's
coffee and a
no
water and I'm good to go.
there's no
I usually
magic
don't eat
pill.
breakfast. Yeah, it's usually
And
like
that's what I tell people. There's no magic pill because if there were, don't you think it would be more widespread and everybody would know about it and obesity wouldn't be a thing?
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm.
people's bodies are different. Like me,
Absolutely.
like carbs will like murder me.
Oh, I
Like I
And
love
if you
bread.
blow
know that,
up,
I could eat a
oh,
I'll
whole
blow
I
up.
could eat a whole
Dude,
French
I
loaf of
can't.
bread and it wouldn't even I wouldn't even be a
No
pound heavier.
bread, bro.
ugh.
No, I would. I fucking would. Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
so here's the thing too, is it the thing with Bobby is like you're up and down ladders and lifts and you're walking and you're hitting your 30,000 steps half marathon every day, right? Like you're burning and people think you have to, and this is getting really in the weeds, so I apologize, but people think you have to work out hard to lose weight, where when you look at the percentage of time you're spending actually working out versus the percentage of time in a week, it's like literally like 1% of the time. And it's what you're doing the other X% that makes the most, right? So when they say like take the stairs or walk, right? Park farther away from the building and walk extra steps. That is
Real.
actually kind of, yeah, that's the real thing because there's something called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And it's basically how many calories you burn doing non-exercise activities, right? So the more active you are during the day outside of exercising, right? Getting up and walking, not coming home and sitting your ass on the couch and scrolling for 4 hours, right? Getting up and walking and like hiking or being active or just keep moving, you're going to burn more. And obviously, you want to lift and do resistance training when you do want to work out because the more muscle mass you have, the more calories you'll burn at rest. And it's kind of, you've said it before, Brian, it's your insurance for when you get old. I want to
Exactly.
be able to sit down and stand up and walk stairs and take things out of the cabinets when I'm 80. And if I
Yes.
fall down, I want to be able to stand back up.
Got to be able to open the jar of pickles for the wife, you know what I'm saying?
But you need to have your muscle now.
Oh,
It's not a
absolutely.
later thing. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it's not a later
The
thing.
other
It
thing
becomes
about
much harder to get gain muscle as you get older
the
for
other thing
sure.
about the footsteps is that I'm usually always walking as fast as I physically can. Like
That's a North thing.
there's something in me. Like I have my backpack, I
Get
have
Yeah.
my rolly bag, and I am just like I'm blowing everybody away. There's not one
Yeah.
person
out of
walking
my
faster than me.
way.
I'm like passing
Yeah.
people in the airport. Like why is everybody walking so slow? Walk faster.
Has a
It's not
Braves
gonna
hat
kill
on.
you. A Braves hat? What?
The people in your way.
Oh my God! Everybody just like they're just loud. Like they got nowhere to be, kid. They like everybody just where are you walking to at that speed? You got nowhere to go.
Half the speed of smell.
It's like the people driving down here. They like they don't care to get home after work. They're like I'm gonna go 1 mile an hour all the way. I don't need to get anywhere. Just hit the gas pedal. Up in the north we have low speed limits. A lot of liberals up there, but we all go like 25 over. Down in the north you guys have high speed limits and you guys don't even go. In the south you guys have like 70-mile-an-hour speed limit and nobody's even
Oh
going
yeah.
70. They're going 65. I'm like that doesn't make sense to me. Let's go 80. Let's push it a little bit. You know, let's push the envelope a little bit. What's 80? Call me a Yankee because I'm jogging everywhere. That's L. Just have more fun today. Cut out pop and go bubbly water. Just have more fun today. Sometimes you confuse me, Daryl. Grow your own food and
So
you'll see a real change.
how can they find your program? Like where do you need to go?
Easiest way to probably do it is my Instagram. I did share the link with you the other day. I don't know if you want to like
Yes.
Yeah,
post it
I can put it
somewhere.
back out.
Um,
I think you're on my story
but
right now.
my nutrition Instagram is different. So my
Oh, okay.
nutrition is at your nutrition page, Paige.
Okay. I'll
And then I've
I'll
got
share that to my story after and tag you.
cool. And then I've got a link in my bio there where you can reach out and contact me, ask about different programs. Like I said, dope and tape, 10% discount.
And
On
y'all
any of
can yeah,
on the
y'all
coaching
can
programs or
message
6-week
us too.
challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Y'all can
any
message us as
questions,
well.
message us. You know, this is about that's like Brian said in the beginning. It's really about growth. It's about personal growth, and it kind of goes outside your career and outside your
For sure.
family. Like,
Well, I mean,
how long do you want to live is really
you
like,
made the comment too, at least once I've heard on previous shows, is you only get so many trips up the ladder,
yeah, you only get
right?
so many
So
bendovers. Like that's something I
if
always
you're not
repeat.
taking care, and especially with like guys in the field, like I know, especially being on the road, customer facing, I know how hard it is to like plan your meals and have something on hand and how your day can get away from you. And now you're hangry and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go to Dunkin' and go get like a bacon, egg, and cheese and a
On a croissant,
extra
kid.
large, extra, extra. Like, okay, well, everything bagel, but we each have our
No, my bacon,
differences.
egg, and cheese I get on a
I
croissant.
see what y'all do, huh?
Yeah. Oh, we
Um,
fight over the Dunkin' orders for sure.
um,
Uh,
but like there's honestly, like I have an electric lunchbox that you plug right into the car and it heats your lunch up.
I worked with guys like that. I never
It's
got into it,
dope.
but yeah, it is. They are great. Wild
It
Will.
gets
The
real hot.
windshield, so the windshield also does that, the quick trip pizza too. You just put that right on your dash in the work truck, you leave it, lunchtime, it's hot, hot and ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you go to a construction truck. Sometimes you'll see the fake pee sitting up on the dash, just ready to go. You never know when they're gonna get drug tested. They gotta go grab the pee off the dashboard.
Oh, disgusting.
No, it's usually like I
Yeah.
don't think it's real pee. It's like you buy it
Yeah,
Deer
synthetic.
piss.
like
Right.
synthetic pee. Shit, I'm
But,
scooting. What's up, Jeremy?
I've had a
but
friend,
Jeremy says you're
friend
Latino, Brian. I
pay
didn't
me
know
for my
that.
pee one time. Yeah. No, I'm not, but I feel like it. I got two Latina girls with me, um, for I don't know, for the next like 4 weeks. I'm
Oh,
going to Mexico,
Sarah's sister's back.
studying Spanish. Sarah's back home, and then her sister's gonna stay with us for a little while. So the saying is, if you don't go to Colombia, Colombia comes to you. So I've had her dad, her aunt, her sister has stayed with us for like 8 months. She's back here for like a month. I mean,
They do some good
she's had
traveling out of
friends.
Colombia, huh?
Yeah, they're out of there, man.
They know how
It's
to
like a
travel,
kick in the
kid.
ant
They're like,
pile.
"Nah, screw a
They all
week. We're
come to
coming
your
for three
house.
months. You got a room?"
Right. Yeah, and how do they do that? Like Sarah talks about going for a month, and I'm like, what? How?
You save up all your time,
How?
kid. Take some time off with no
Oh,
pay. I don't know.
how?
How's your studio coming?
Um, I got, I have everything. Martin Workman from Viking, he called me. I left him a voicemail. I wanted something special from him. But yeah, it's coming good. Did you see the neon sign?
That is dope. Is that the one from Jeff?
Yeah,
That came out
I
good.
think it's like one. I think it's like 150. I
I
think
didn't think it was gonna be
rounded.
that big. That's dope. I might have to get one.
Yeah, and it has different like brightnesses and stuff. It's cool. And then I have behind me, instead of like painting it and all that, I'm renting. So I just got those foam ridges for like studios, which is black, and then I got some iron pipe and I have some OSHA boards. So I'm gonna kind of put all that together with some LED lights,
Yeah,
you
dude,
know.
build us up something sick. Put those heads you got from NFPA in there. I mean, those heads that you.
Yeah. What are
so,
you talking about? What are you
side
talking about?
note,
What heads? They just put them out on tables.
that's not how that works.
Yeah.
What stainless steel
Side,
head?
Hit it.
remind me to keep my stock away from you.
Yeah.
But side note about sprinklers, if anybody comes across old ones that they don't want, you can send them to me because I'm making a sprinkler Christmas tree.
Really? I
Oh,
love that.
cool.
We'll probably
I
make
want to
that happen.
get, I want to just get like plastic pipe, spray paint it chrome to look like Galvy, and do all like 45s for the limbs, and then get head
Yeah.
adapters for the end and just screw in a bunch of heads because I have a K34 upright that I'm going to make the tree topper.
Okay, awesome.
Let me
I have I think it's a 1946 from Boston Fire Department headquarters. I'll send you.
Oh shit, thanks. That'd be
yeah, how
awesome.
cool is that, right?
That's dope.
I knew to take a
That's
few of those when I was there swapping them. Everyone's like, "Oh, we should scrap these." I'm like,
You're like,
"No, we
yeah, right
shouldn't.
in my pockets.
I'm not scrapping
yeah.
nothing. What are you talking about?
You know how much this goes
This is
for
just I
eBay?
want to put this on my mantle, kid."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
My
Head change
husband's
out there.
actually my husband's a care fireman, so he will whenever he finds stuff like in buildings or whatever that
A lot of the
either abandoned or
a lot
whatever,
of the
he'll
old
bring them
mills,
home.
the old mills, like I know at least near where I grew up in Central Mass, there was a lot of mills near the rivers, and
Mm-hmm.
the firemen they would essentially burn them down. It would be a controlled
Mm-hmm.
burn, and they would learn how to use the hose and everything, and then whatever was left at the end they could take. And like the person who owned the house before me was a fireman,
Mm-hmm.
and he loved granite, and he would take all the granite. So my whole driveway is lined with all these granite boulders that used to be foundations of buildings, and all these granite curbs that came, and I can only
Yeah, he
imagine all the
came
heads that came across.
he came home from work one day and he's like, I got you something. I was like, what? And it was like this old school, like brass sprinkler chalk. And I was like, thank you.
Thank
It's sitting on our fireplace.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's
I was so
awesome.
excited. I
Sprinkler
was like, this
Christmas
is
tree
the
is a great
best.
idea. Oh yeah, Joe. Pretty cool meeting Joe at AFSA.
Yeah, that was cool.
It's cool meeting all the people that we met there. Um, it's wicked surreal. I still don't really know. We were talking about that before the show. Is that I forget to like say, let's take a picture. Like that's like people just walk up to you. You don't even know them. They're like they know you from online. You just like you clam up. I don't even know what to say. Hey, oh, nice to meet you. Like
Oh yeah,
we gotta be able
it's
to take
yeah.
pictures. We gotta remember that. I just got myself a sweet alarm valve bell. Tommy sent me a big bell, and I sanded it and I painted it, and then what the frig did I do with it? I think that's just
I
like
wanted
buried
to
in my
do a
garage.
gong as the doorbell.
Awesome.
Did he shut you down? Or you just
Yeah, I
need,
got told no.
or you just need a gong?
I
We,
don't know.
I got told no.
we could send you one.
Well, I wanted like an old one,
Yeah.
but
I've seen a few. They busted out the
Well,
bulb and
I
put
tried
lights
to
there.
put a
That's a good
dope
one.
and tape flag outside of my apartment, and I was told no too.
Dope and tape. Oh, funny story. Our very last episode, which was 147,
eight.
148.
Mhm.
Uh, I forgot my flag in the hotel room, and I didn't remember till I was sitting on the plane. Like so I just like
Is that the?
it
Did
was.
they send it to you or they?
No, I have extras.
Yeah.
I fly with flags, kid. Come on, I got flags. We can afford to lose one. It was like $10, but it was like hours and hours later, and I was just like sitting on the plane. All of a sudden, I was like, huh, the flag, and so and I had it just like that, and like
I can see you
when
doing
I
that for sure.
when I left the room, like I do a double take like every guy. Like I go out, I come back in, I'm like, did I get all my socks? And I forgot the flag, so I thought of like calling the hotel because it's a hotel that I'm gonna go back to. This is a brand new job. I'll probably be back there a couple times. But how funny would it have been if the cleaning lady forgets it too, and then like the next person walks in, it's just on the bed. They'd be like, what the hell's this?
I don't think that's gonna happen.
You never know. Look at how could you miss it? I just left
Yeah,
it.
that's the point.
I
How did
just
you miss
I
it?
just left it hanging on the
Yeah.
bed. So stupid. Oh, that's
So
great.
NFPA, and I believe it's NFPA. At least Chris Dilday told me it was NFPA. Because I didn't even know. I just knew it was a fire expo in Mexico City, Mexico. But he told me it was NFPA. But I will be there, and I'm excited to see how they do things down there. Now, I did look at the schedule. Like NFPA America, it's only like 3-4 hours of a show. There, it's 6 hours. Like they're in it.
Less regulations, but it costs less. They probably got the venue for double the time for a quarter of the price.
Well, I got a 4-star hotel for like $97 a night,
Probably got.
walking
Does
distance
it
from
have
me.
armed guards?
I don't know, but it has like a spa, sauna, has restaurants.
Isn't that the misconception? Is that like Mexico's dangerous and then like it's not? It's like wicked nice.
Well, not in Mexico City. I mean, it's very nice. I mean, it's the capital,
Send us
really
some
nice.
photos, kid. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, now I had a customer that wants me to go to Guadalajara, and I was like, well, I don't know. Let's keep it at Zoom, okay?
Where the hell is that? What's it called?
Guadalajara.
No idea.
So it's up closer to the border, American border.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like in between Sinaloa and like Sinaloa cartel, and then like this other city, this other cartel. So it's in the middle.
You
So it
would
gets
stick
all the
out like a
cross
sore
line.
thumb in Mexico, dude.
Bro, I'd look like DEA straight up. I would be like Casey's ATF agent, you know?
Narc. Get him.
Yeah. Where are you
Are
going,
you?
cop?
Well, are you not? A not.
Yeah, not yeah. Blonde hair, blue eyes, kid. If I was, I would kidnap you and
Yeah,
hold you for
no.
ransom.
Yeah. 6'2" tattoos? No, bro. What are you doing here, bro? What agency are you
Oh
with?
shit. Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back on the show. What are we doing? So Thursday is Thursday. We got Phil Friday from Reliable.
Tuesday, right?
Thursday. Today's Tuesday, bub.
Oh, Thursday. Yeah, that's
You
right. I
know,
got
we go
excited.
after Tuesday goes Wednesday, and then there's a
Yeah,
Thursday. That's where we have our show.
damn
You know.
it.
All right. So,
Damn it.
but I'm traveling on Thursday. So, but I land in Boston at 7. So realistically, if I don't have any hiccups, I could make it for the show. But it's either going to be postponed or late, and we'll let you know.
Let's 100% move that.
You want to?
100%. Because
Okay.
we're dealing with like the association, and for them to get together on stuff
No,
is
no.
like
This
a
is
nightmare.
Reliable. It's just one guy, Phil Friday. You're
Yeah,
thinking.
but it's
You're
also a
think.
sponsored episode, so let's not do that.
Oh yeah, but it's not. Is it sponsored or it's not sponsored?
Yeah, it's sponsored.
Oh, I think I just found that out. I thought it wasn't
So
sponsored.
yeah, no,
You
it is.
worked that out? Good job, kid. Look at you go. Thank you, Reliable.
We're in negotiations, but I always
All right, yeah. So if it's sponsored, then
yeah.
let's know. Let's definitely let them know that we're gonna have to postpone it.
Let me do this. Don't make any moves while we're on the show, obviously. I'll make some phone calls tomorrow. We'll figure
Boom.
this out. I'll let you know.
If we
Let me do my thing, all right?
if
You do
we
your thing, I do my
if
thing.
okay, yeah, we'll talk about it. There's a couple dates you can push it to.
All right, cool.
Call me up,
Yeah.
kid.
Well,
I
this will
get
be
pretty
fun.
old
I'm
sprinkler
excited.
heads all the time. Daryl, send them down, kid. If you want some, can send them your way. Hell yeah, Daryl, we want some of that Canadian sprinkler heads down here. Send me a tire buck too, or a
I
tire.
want some tire money.
I
I
want
want
some.
to put that in my wallet.
I want some Canadian tire cents.
Their money's like plastic.
That money was weird, wasn't it? What
Yeah.
episode was that? Man, it must have sounded so stupid. I'm like, oh, you guys got your own money? I thought you just used like our money.
Like the rest of the world.
And then what'd you say? They're famous for maple syrup? You told everybody
Yeah.
they're
So
famous for maple syrup, right? Like that's all they make up
yeah.
there.
Is
Yeah,
that it?
we met Wayne. We had a special dope and tape room on the second floor at AFSA, and Wayne met us up there and had just $20. I don't even know, $20 Canadian. What do you call it? I don't even know what it's called,
Yeah.
but it looked
Yeah.
like construction paper. looked like play money. It really did. All right, guys, we really appreciate you joining us on this Tuesday. Even though we told you we weren't going live on Tuesdays anymore, you better pay attention because we might just pop on. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Kacee. This
Cool.
was fun.
Yeah, this was fun. I love the banter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Kacee.
We're all over the place.
That was
Yeah.
great. That was great. All right,
And
Bri.
don't forget dope and tape discount for Casey's what were
Give it a
you
plug.
calling
Yeah,
it?
give us a
Health?
plug again.
Yeah.
At your nutrition page on Instagram. Paige,
Awesome.
Let's
like my
go.
last name.
Promo code Dope and
Right.
Tape.
Dope and tape.
All right, guys.